Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to the Morning Boost. Tibbsy here. Some changes that have happened in Transform 365, positive changes. But unfortunately, I'm back alone presenting now. Dom and I have had a decision that we're going to pursue some separate paths, and we have. So I'm hosting the Morning Boost on my own for the coming weeks, well, a week or so, until I can get some special guests on to help me and bring some thought and some light. But anyway, enough of that. We are live today, and it's welcome back, Tibbsy. So today there is no title, but I wanted to discuss sugar tax. Been thinking about it. Apparently, it raised £340 million a year for the Treasury, which is a great amount of money. But none of it is ring-fenced to help obesity or childhood obesity or anything relating to the purpose of raising the money, which seems a common theme in Treasury land, but still begs the question of if we didn't actually have the sugary drinks, then you wouldn't necessarily have to pay the sugar tax. And it's a similar thing with lots of different food choices. We all can make that decision, and I'm for one not to saying you shouldn't have the things you enjoy. You should have them as you meant to. However, if we are going to have something such as the sugar tax, then we need to put pressure on government and pressure on the legislators to make sure that the money's been spent in the right place. Because if you look at child obesity, it's on the rise. If you look at obesity everywhere, it's on the rise. And we spend so much money on stopping smoking because of the benefits of it. And there's no real help for people who have got eating issues, weight loss issues. It's a bit hit and miss across the country. You go and see a GP and he'll go, yeah, I'll recommend this course, I'll recommend that course. But there's no real help, and they'll force you down a Slimming World route or Weight Watchers route or any of these things that are there for you, but not actually helping you with the lifestyle changes you need to make, not helping you understand, what is causing you to, eat too much. Because at the end of the day, let's be real here, and I've said this on many of my videos, the reason that I weighed 34 stone was because I put the food in my mouth. I ate it. That's what I did. No getting away from it. That's what I did. And I sought my own help to address my issues. I sought my own help to get the thing. And I was in a fortunate position that I could do it. But I also see there's lots of people who aren't. And there's so much of a banding out there of this is this, this solution, that solution. There is some real basic needs, basic ways of losing weight. But if you don't actually address the emotional side of why you're eating, what's your triggers, what's causing, this angst, the fact that food has become your go-to for that habit. So, if in your head you've got, right, I'm going to be eating this, I've got angry, my go-to throughout the years you've associated to get rid of the pain or get rid of that frustration or get rid of that anger, I'll sedate it with food. I'll reach for that ice cream. I'll reach that pack of biscuits. I'll order that takeaway because of that moment of comfort that you're getting it. It's been ingrained in you for such a long time. And I seen some great videos. Just a big shout out to Sam Gibson, Limitless. There's some brilliant videos at the moment, and he's nailing it. He's nailing it. What he's saying to people about this whole motivation thing is, you've got to unwire your brain. You've got to unwire years of sedation with food, of challenges with food, and all of these things that are there. And as that's coming about, you've got to just, it's not just easy as going, oh well, I'm motivated, I'm going to do this. It's okay because I'm motivated. Well, you're never going to be motivated for long. Something is always coming along to trip you up. And if your go-to habits and your go-to methodology in your brain is, I am going to state that with food. Food is my answer. Food gives me that pleasure. Food gives me that release. Food gives me that escape. Well, you're always going to be challenging with that. So again, these are things that as we now come out of lockdown, we're now going to start socializing people. We're now going to start meeting people. We're going to start drinking. all of these social anxieties can come back. And again, we're going to be in that environment of just eating too much, drinking too much. The whole fuck it mentality is going to kick in. That, oh well, I've worked really hard, I've deserved it. We've been locked down for 3 months, I deserve it. That's okay to a certain extent, but you've got to realize that the impact that you're doing, because the damage you are doing to yourself now by overeating, over drinking, all of these things will then impact you going forward. They will impact all of these challenges that you're going to have. And if you don't take action now, then all you're doing is building up this problem for you in later life. And I think if you are having those challenges, you definitely need to sort of reach out, look at what's causing you the challenge with the triggers, look at what's causing you the issues with your relationship with food. Because at the end of the day, weight loss can happen, your transformation can happen, and for that period of time that you're focused on the diet, then you're working on that. But if you haven't actually addressed everything that's around you, everything that's causing you to go out on the Friday night and eat too much, to go out on Saturday, to have the I'm going to be good all week, and then go, no, I deserve a treat meal, I deserve a cheat meal. No, factor it in to your plan by just having like the word diet, having the word treat meal, having the word cheat meal. You're creating that association with the food and the meal. And then all of a sudden you're going to start demonizing good and bad foods. Well, no, you don't need to be demonizing good and bad foods. There is high nutritious foods and there's low nutritious foods. But you should never look at good and bad foods because, again, it creates that demonizing issue. So, again, I think we're coming out of these stages now, coming out of lockdown, coming out of this feeling of what's going on. And there's going to be lots of nervousness, lots of people worrying. We're coming into summer, even though it doesn't look very summery today. And people are going to want to get better. They want to start looking good. But it's not about reaching for that quick fix. Because people have got ourselves into this mess. We need to be putting proper process in place, because everyone can do an 8-week shred, right? But then all you do is put the weight back on again, and that's not good for you. What you need to be looking at is the long-term sustainable weight loss, changing with your habits, looking at how these things work, looking at how you can make the changes. And I think from that, I think that's got to be the way forward. And I think if you look at a sort of 3-step process here, your first step has to be awareness, right? It has to be awareness of what I'm eating, how I'm eating it, what's caused me to eat it. Am I eating for emotions? Possibly, probably. Am I eating at somebody? I'm eating for a reason. I eat to soothe, to celebrate. And then by understanding that awareness, we can then break down those bad habits and then replace them with the good habits and creating those new habits that are sustainable. So you start having the awareness. Now, everyone says, I want this quick fix, I want to lose weight. But actually, for me, I spent 6 years yo-yo dieting. I spent 6 years going up and down, because I'd be great at a plan. I'd nail it. I was super disciplined. But then I started plan being, well, it's okay. I never replaced it because all my bad habits would kick in. So by creating those new habits, you're then creating this new environment for you that you're not feeling fearful of food. And food is no longer a weapon. Food's there to be enjoyed. And then the third step is just accountability. Once you're on this new path with your new plan, with your new circle of people who are supporting us in it, you need to be held accountable. You need to be really held accountable and being stuck to your word. Because the reason motivation fails a lot is because motivation is great, but discipline really carries you through. Discipline is the thing that gets you out of bed if you're committed to do an event, and will get you out of bed at 5:30 in the morning, pouring down the rain. Discipline will be the thing that says, yes, I could eat that additional cake, but actually I'm not going to, because that's not towards my goal. And then from accountability, so if you think about it, my mission here is I want to help people lose weight by changing their relationship with food. It's not about a weight loss plan. It's not about this. By changing your relationship with food, you will lose weight naturally, because you'll find that balance and you'll find that level. And the most important thing is you won't put it back on again. So again, I think it's really important that you have the awareness of what's causing the things. Then you create a new habit, and then you get accountability. Really simple 3-step process. And there's the things that I teach in my plan, in my group programs, my one-to-one programs. It sounds simple in 3 steps, but it just takes a lot of work. And by getting that work done now, you are setting yourself up for a future, a sustainable life. That means you're not going to feast a famine. You're not going to boom and bust. You stay within a measurable weight gain, a weight area. That's got to be the aim of this. This is what my mission is, because I spent years yo-yoing, and it's unhealthy. It's not good for you. And now I've got to stage. It's about dealing with that whole focus of food, focus of how you're eating it, focus on a healthy lifestyle, and then putting all of these together in a plan that is attainable, livable, and gets rid of the bad habits that diet, exercise plans they can create. And I was looking at about food tracking again. I think food tracking is great, but again, if you've got the wrong personality, food tracking could be the worst thing for you. It could send you on such a horrendous path. But if that's the type of person you are, again, you have to be aware of these and work with somebody who'll understand these things for you. So, thank you very much. Welcome back to the Morning Boost. It was good to get talking to you all guys again. And yeah, and if you've got any topics you want me to discuss, I've got a whole list of them here coming up. But if anything you want me to discuss, anything you want to go through, drop me a DM, post in a comment. Any topics, any subjects we can pick up and discuss on the Morning Boost. And thanks very much for watching, and I will catch you all later in the week. See you later. Adios.